So now we're getting a little bit deeper. Do you believe in extraterrestrials, aliens?
Can I share a screen?
Meaning that I don't care if we're all the extraterrestrial aliens, but do you believe that there are higher intelligent beings that are behind the scenes just watching this shit, do what it do? Is Earth an experiment, or is humanity an experiment, an extraterrestrial experiment?
May I share screen, please?
How do I get you to do that?
It's at the bottom. You just hit add to screen, add to stream.
I'm on my phone, so let me see.
Oh, you're on your phone. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not on the computer I'm on my iPhone 13.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get you to listen to this. I'm just gonna put my mic to the thing. Hold on.
All right, cool.
All right. Let's see what we got here. Let me turn my volume up. Oh wait, hold on. Let me move my head to the computer. Almost ready. Okay. Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Aliens exist and President Trump knows about it. That's according to Israel's former space security chief. In an interview with an Israeli newspaper, he said the aliens have been waiting until today for humanity to develop and reach a stage where we will understand in general what space and spaceships are. NBC News chief global correspondent Bill Neely explains this one.
Hi, Alison. Well, this is quite a story, and it comes from the man who headed Israel's space security program for nearly 30 years.
It's only 2 minutes.
Chaim Eshed is making the extraordinary claim that the United States and Israel have been in contact with a group of aliens for years, not immigrants, but extraterrestrials. He has called them the Galactic Federation of Aliens, and says President Trump is aware of the existence of these aliens and had been on the verge of revealing their secrets, he claims, but was asked not to do so by the Federation in order to prevent what he calls mass hysteria. Well, the retired general says the US and Israel have kept it from the public because, quotes, humanity isn't ready and the aliens don't want to reveal themselves until humanity can evolve, he says, and understand what space really is. Well, the good news is that he claims an agreement has been reached between the US government and the aliens, a contract to do experiments here.
Almost done.
You good, man. Keep going.
Underground base on Mars, where there are American and alien representatives. Now, this former head of a branch of Israel's defense ministry is 87. He was very well respected, at least until now. And
at least up until now. Or he revealed the secrets, now he's not respected no more. Oh, that's cool.
Israeli newspaper in Hebrew, but it's really taken off after parts of it were published in English by the Jerusalem Post today.
All right, wait. Look. Now we get into some nitty gritty. Because you said before, magic is high science. All right. So I've been telling my people that have been following me, right, that in order for us to receive visits, right, in order for us to see visits, or in order for us to be able to sit at the table with the interdimensional, extraterrestrial, multidimensional higher beings and life forms, we black people, we people in general, not just black people, but we people in general are going to have to clean up our diets and get at a high frequency level of food that we eat to receive certain frequency emissions. We're going to have to clean up our minds so that we can get. I can't hear you. Hold on, your mic got turned on.
Sorry. Let's stick with the diet real quickly. Every single holiday, the word holiday is holy day. It's a star alignment. Why do you always eat on holidays or holy days? Because they're blocking you from your downloads. Thanksgiving is a day that the stars align. On that day, don't eat. And you're going to get downloads. Christmas Day, don't eat. July 4th, don't eat. Easter, don't eat. Halloween, don't eat. Will get downloads if you fast on those days of astrological alignment. That's what the part about not eating and being able to receive something connecting from a higher source. Please continue.
All right. Can I tell people Well, what you're gonna see. So our bodies are machines, our brains are computers. We are the AI. I don't know why everybody keep looking for AI when the human being is the AI. We are just the version of the iPhone called Homo sapiens sapien. There are I think 14 or 15 other versions of us before we made it to Homo sapiens sapien. Erectus, Homos, go look at the different Homos. And so when you're talking about magic, I have learned and come to learn, and I have come to the revelations of magic is the actual real way that we contact them. Magic and practicing magic is the actual real way that we change and activate our dormant DNA. And magic, our frequency and our codes and what we eat and what we haven't eaten, and that weighs down or lightens us up, is going to be what they act like if they was scanning the earth for light, right? The things that are going to make you vibrate a higher light so that you can be recognized in this world of darkness is cleaning up your diet, cleaning up your mind with positive thinking positive emotions and emitting positive emotional frequencies, and practicing intentional sigil rituals and learning different occult hidden meanings, because these are the things that are going to determine whether or not you're worthy to understand that what they were talking about on the news, those higher concepts of space, time, travel, interdimensional beings, and extraterrestrial life forms. And you're going to be surprised when you find out that a lot of these life forms look like you and I. You're going to be surprised when you find out that a lot of these life forms are Black people. That's the part that everybody is going to be surprised about.
Now, I wanted to ask the listening audience, because I just played that video. They said Trump knows about the aliens. The government of Israel is tapped in, so on and so forth. I wanted to ask the listening audience, what is the newest branch of the government? Of the military that Donald Trump created? Brother, just give the family. Hold on 2 seconds. Let me open up with some Jeopardy music just to kind of get this ball rolling really quickly. I don't want you to answer. Let's just give the family an opportunity, if they even know the answer.
Oh, Space Force.
Well, there we go. I couldn't even get
my
followers.
Hey man, my followers on game. So like, my followers not even following. My followers are like got shit going on in their own right, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? We small but we thick, bro. Yeah. Space Force, everybody.
So, when you ask me, do I believe in aliens? I think at this point, we don't have a choice. They're talking about it on TV. Like that was the news. I think that was NBC or ABC. That wasn't, tinfoilhat.com.
No. They had another one that was on the news talking about it was a whole different one. Man, they got a lot of different things on the news that the news just be revealed and just spitting it out, just like, hey man, this is about to happen. You either believe it or not. You know what I mean? So the actual shit, when it comes to these aliens, because I heard you say, we are the aliens. Do you believe that these aliens will be how they portray them to us in the movies? Or do you believe the way they portray them to the movies is the way to distract us from the way they're really going to look like, you and I, Black folk?
Well, when we're dealing with aliens, or what we perceive as aliens, I believe that aliens have the ability to shapeshift. A lot of people tell you that God will appear in a way that you will recognize him. What does that mean? God gonna shapeshift on your ass and appear as something that you're gonna resonate with.
But think about it, though. Think about it. How can that not be a God quality? I mean, I tell people all the time, Was that a person talking to you, or was that the sun in its omnipresent capability manifesting as a human being coming to sit down and talk to you to see if you respect the cosmos?
Talk black to me.
Is that I said is you think so? I keep telling people solar winds. I said respect the wind. I said because y'all keep forgetting, y'all think wind is just relegated to Earth when wind is relegated to space and solar time, right? And when you're in the street and a truck passes you, boom, and it goes straight past you, you feel the wind from that fucking truck or that car when you're standing at the bus stop. Now you're trying to tell me you at, I'm 6 feet tall, me at 6 feet tall, I can feel the wind of a 18-wheeler truck pass me by and feel the ground shake when he passes by. But Earth can't feel the wind of Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, or any one of the other planets when they pass by doing their celestial, their celestial goings on dance. Now, whether this motherfucker flat, whether this motherfucker round, we do know this motherfucker moving. That's what we do. Now, how it's moving, now whether it's moving, the top moving and we staying still, or the bottom moving, or we moving and we moving through this bitch spinning, it doesn't matter. That part never appealed to me. The part that appealed to me was the very things that we take for an environment are actually conscious, living, breathing, thinking, and feeling, recording our actions. This is why the Quran tells you there'll be an angel on your right and an angel on your left, and it says your hands is going to talk against you, and you need that. It said everywhere where you didn't prostrate, everything is going to talk you. Everything, all of your body parts are going to talk against you on the day of judgment, on the day of Qiyamah. And when you analyze all of these God-like, remember, we keep talking about these gods, but we don't want to give them their just powers of, abilities. We'll say this is the God of water, but this motherfucker can't turn into an ocean or, do some water type shit and flood some shit. Right? We say, oh, this is the God of air, but he can't control that fucking air and turn it into a hurricane. Like, oh, this is the God of thunder and the God of this and the God of that and the God of that and the God of this. And you say, okay, but let's take it to that real X-Men type level. And you can't, let's take it to that X-Men type level. And you wouldn't be able to know it. Why? Because you said they're able to shapeshift. Like I done had feelings, bro. I done dealt with familiars, man. I done dealt with familiars. I done dealt with, entities, bro. And in dealing with entities, I know for a fact that 98% of the shit that can be seen, we cannot see with our naked eye, bro. Okay? You can't see germs, you can't see particles, you can't see atoms, you can't see... Man, remember, the reason why everybody won in fucking Infinity Wars because Ant-Man was in the fucking quantum world. When Thanos snapped the finger, and that don't affect the quantum world because the quantum world is the goddamn finger snap. So therefore, when Thanos snapped, Ant-Man didn't get snapped away. With everybody else or left behind with everybody else because this nigga was already in the quantum world. He didn't even feel the effects of that shit because it had no bearing in rain because he was in that real world. Right? So, when you're analyzing this game and you're analyzing, okay, is that a cloud or is that a God that has control of the clouds? What can the moon really do? Like, we know it's a satellite and da-da-da-da, but what can that motherfucker, what can we do? What can it really do that we can't see with our naked eye? What waves is it really emitting? What sun? You say, oh, you get cancer from the sun, but you don't see those rays hitting your sun. You just feel them on your skin. But you don't see the waves. You might see it in a heat wave, right? But you don't actually see it. But you know that the air is real because you're breathing, and you know that all of this shit is real because you feel it. So my question to you would be this. If, because you said it earlier, all this shit is magic. All this shit is high science. So do you think that those of us who are adept in the high sciences, of the algorithms of, sorcery or magic, or what one might call the matrix, and cracking codes and staying on code and things of that nature. Do you think we will be the ones that will be raptured up by the aliens? Do you think there will be a rapturing up by the aliens, like the Bible speaks of, when when we all get raptured up? And because that would be some alien-like shit. If a being, a mystical light being comes and snaps finger, or some shit happens and we all get raptured up, like some like the Bible say, that's some alien-esque, type stuff. That's some beam me up Scotty type shit. So do you think, that there will be a rapture, if you will, and a rapturing up like you seen on Infinity Wars, when all of it, and notice everybody on Infinity Wars that disappeared, it was the good characters, Spider-Man, all of the good characters were raptured away, while the bad characters, or the bad, superheroes, they stayed behind. If you go look at it, right? So do you think there will be a rapturing up by the aliens, or will it be just a visit and they just gonna reveal themselves and just gonna pop up? Or like, how is it gonna happen, bro? Like, you know what I mean?
I posted a video on my platform, my YouTube channel, of how it was going to happen. Yeah, there will be a rapture, but you're going to have to pass the brown paper bag test in order to be raptured.
So hold up. Hold up. So you're saying the aliens not gonna let white people live?
Not only white people like myself ain't even going to be able to get in, because I don't pass the brown paper bag test. I don't have enough melanins per, whatever.
Man, I don't believe that one, though. No, I don't believe that. Man, come on, nah.
You're going to have a certain concentration of melanin.
I halfway believe you. This is the part I believe. You're going to have a certain concentration, but I don't think it's going to be melanin, bro.
Well, here. Spaceships couldn't go into outer space until they made one big change. Do you know what that was? They put melanin on the tip of the rocket of the space. Go to any spaceship you go and look at. There's melanin on the nose of it, on the tip. They can't get through without a certain concentration of melanin.
Yeah.
This is
why, I'm about to say what I'm saying. Like, well, when you look at nature, right? Nature naturally makes recessive and multicolored life, right? And nature is the perfect template of life. When you look at this light has an array spectrum, and the different colors on the array spectrum of light, how the different stars shine different colors, and those different colors manifest environments on different planets because of the different colors and vibration of the light of the stars. And keeping in tune with nature, the human being follows that same suit. You could get a human being for every shade and color that there is on the face of the planet, even the blue, black. They got a green human being somewhere. You just probably never found it yet. And so the reason why I said that is that we are spirits incarnating into this game of life. And when you're talking about a spirit, when you're talking about a spirit incarnating into a vehicle, a body, right? Now you're talking about, even no matter if the body is, an animal's body, no matter if the body is whatever, if it breathes and it can go roof or whatever, or talk or whatever, it's in the game of life. It's playing and have a purpose in the simulation, the Sims that we're going through. So, I've seen righteousness in every aspect of life, but I've also seen evil in every aspect of life, simply because of free will, right? And being in this game, learning sorcery, learning magic, and seeing certain manifestations and things of that nature, I would beg to differ. I would respectfully beg to differ in the terms of it's only going to be this type of melanin that goes through versus this type of spiritual frequency of love flowing through your light being, because this body is just a vehicle. This body is going back to Mother Earth. Mother Earth is going to recycle this body and do something, whatever she wants with this body, right? But
and
your
that's
spirit,
why,
your soul is going to go back and get judged. Remember, on the scales of my eye, shall you be judged. So I feel like a lot of us come here and to live these different lives, to learn these different life cycles and these different life tests and all of these multifaceted colors.
I'm so glad you said that, because when we're dealing with the body is the hardware. So think of it like a iPhone versus an Android, or maybe a Apple computer versus a PC. Your PC is going to be more susceptible to viruses. Your PC is going to be able to be hacked. Your PC isn't a strong enough model to survive in a certain realm where the Apple, which makes your Apple the superior product. I'm not saying, you know, I'm against light-skinned people or white people, but what I'm saying is we don't have the right hardware to maintain in certain realms.
And that's what I was saying. I was saying the people who are going to, I feel like just like phones get an upgrade and computers get an upgrade, I feel like the human being is going to get an upgrade. And those who will be eligible for the upgrade has a certain DNA code sequence of experience going on inside of their DNA. And it's not so much as your color, but so much as your deeds and your frequency of positive emission. Right, like I feel like you got to meet this certain light code frequency, and this certain light code frequency that you read, no matter your color, man. Because they got people who do good all throughout the land. Remember, this is the omnipresence of God. You can't rob God of omnipresence. So if God is in everything, we gotta expect that some of everything is gonna have the goodness of God, even white, even Hispanic, even all of the different things, because of the omnipresence of God. But we also know that the devil is a part of the omnipresence of God. So you're going to see the devil in everything as well.
All right, so I'll give you that. Let's play that game. When you're dealing with the soul, according to Europeans, it was the father of philosophy. I don't know what I can't remember his name, but if you Google father of philosophy,
Freud.
No, that's psychology, psychoanalytic, whatever. But anyway, he said the pineal gland was the seat of the soul. Now we must understand science. Science tells you 85% of all Europeans have a pineal calcified gland. That means there's a seat that no one can sit in. It's upside down, there's water on it, whatever the case may be. These people aren't tapped in because of how malfunctioned their hardware is. They can't tap into the internet. So I get it when you're talking about soul, you're talking about spirit, you're talking about that higher consciousness. Let's call it internet. These people, their model is so damaged, they can't log on to the internet like you and I can to even have a soulful spiritual experience.
Remember their melanin content is a 5 to 10% melanin content. White people. In this book right here, it's a 5 to 10% melanin content amongst white. All right. And so when you look at that, and you look at, here we go, right here. Yeah, so hold on, who has it? Yeah, stage 4. And boom, here we go. So the melanin content, the melanin content, the pineal calcification rate with Africans is 5 to 15%. With Asians, it is 15 to 25%, and with Europeans, it is 60 to 80%, which still leaves them with a 20% with a 20% melanin content. This right here is once again showing that science is right, because science proves that in order for any life to be animated, any life to be existing on Earth, it has to be made of carbon. And when you're talking about anything that is moving, carbon 12, We're talking about moving animated light. Carbon-12 melanin is the thing that animates the life. And carbon-12 melanin can be said as condensed sunlight, aka our soul matter. So even there's 60 to 80% pineal calcification still.
It looks like we're still on. I'm still here. My brother, I think something happened with his connection. But I'll just, kind of keep the conversation going until he gets back. Yeah, even at 20%, you can get on the internet at 20%, but what is the experience going to be like? So when white people have these spiritual experiences, it's nothing compared to, a white person's spiritual experience, in my opinion, is like when you were a child trying to watch porn on a fuzzy screen. The screen is fuzzy. You can kind of hear, and you can kind of see some things and images. You're not sure what's really going on. It's, you've got that 20% compatibility to where you can tap in. You can watch. We tried to watch the porn channel and it was all whatever-y, but you could kind of make it out. And yeah, white people, they just don't have the hardware to fully tap in. They don't have a soul. If we want to play the spiritual part, they don't have a soul. They don't have the hardware to even tap in to the capabilities or the experiences of a soul. It's like a flip phone trying to experience the internet like a smartphone does. You can get on the internet with a flip phone. That is a true statement. But you're not going to do what you're doing on a smartphone on a flip phone. I would say a flip phone will give you 20% access to the internet, just like the white man's pineal gland will give him 20% access to spirituality. But what is that? That's text message. That's memes. You can't even play GIFs. I think you could probably play the GIFs, the little GIFs, whatever. But you're not going to have the full internet experience. White people don't have a soul. They don't have the hardware to tap in to this experience of what a soul gives us, that ability. So in terms of aliens going to have black people or white people or any people going up to be with the aliens, you're going to have to be of a certain physical caliber if you want to get there physically. You're going to have to be of a certain spiritual caliber if you want to get there. I'm sorry, you got to be of a certain a physical caliber if you want to get there physically. You got to be of a certain spiritual caliber if you want to get there spiritually. And the European is subpar. And the family said, "What's the name of your channel?" Family, look, the name of my channel is CrumbTV. Crumb, what's the name of your channel? Voila, CrumbTV. I'm at 25,000 subscribers. The numbers don't mean anything, and 25 is not a lot, to be honest with you, but I'm a little bit established. But when a brother asked me about the aliens, a lot of people is not going to make it. The reality is the Bible has a certain sliver of truth to it. Only 144,000 are going to even qualify for this. Family, this is not the get along game where we're all going to go, you don't respect the NFL if every NFL team gets a damn Super Bowl trophy or a Super Bowl ring. That's not how shit works in the real world. Everybody gets a participation trophy. No, yo ass go to hell. Okay? You ain't shit. Your daddy won't shit. His daddy won't shit. We are all better off without you. We didn't want you down here on earth. We don't want you up there. We not playing that kumbaya game where everybody gets a trophy. No. A lot of y'all not going to make it. Well, you got to die sometime. You're going to die. You're going to die 1,000 deaths. You're not going to go to the place, you're not going to make it to that next level, that higher calling. Niggas out this bitch voting, eating McDonald's, you know, just doing all types of, you know, getting jabs, you know, doing all types of foolery. Family, you're not going to make it by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. I thought the brother would have been back by now.